What up, y'all? I'm trying not to talk too loud because today we're inside Dead Tree Books. Does Dead Tree Books have the same rules as the library? Do I gotta whisper?
No, you can talk as loud as you want. We love to hear laughter. We love to hear people enjoying themselves in the store.
Well, I highly intend to enjoy the hell out of myself, especially interviewing this fantastic gentleman. These guys brought a bookstore to the south side of San Antonio. The last time I saw one in my own neighborhood, it was a Walden Books over at South Park Mall. And this is back in them dark days. I used to jack some books from there at the mall. That's probably why they didn't make it. But now Dead Tree's here, and I'm so appreciative that you guys are here in the south side. Brother, can you tell us your name and why you're doing this?
My name is Kenny Johnson, and I've always loved books. I have a background in retail. I worked for Walmart for many, many years, and I know how to take a product and make it sell and hopefully make money off of it. And the love of books is just what brought us into this.
I would guess so, because you would have to love the books. I'm guessing you didn't love the money, because that profit margin,
the margin per book is pretty good, but in order to make money, you have to sell in volume. You have to sell a lot of books. When we decided to open up the store, we had a choice. We could either do a half price or fractional price option, or do it at the option that we're using. And I believe that the price structure that we're using now is better than the half price structure, because it makes it so that people in this area can get more books for their dollar.
Yeah, of course. And speaking of people in this area, why did you guys open your location here, specifically in the hood?
We love the South Side. I've lived in the South Side for about 30 years now, and we realized that the South Side needs a bookstore, and we love books, and we love selling books, so that's why we brought it to the South Side.
How many books do you think you've read?
Oh, thousands. I haven't read all the books that are in here. I've got almost 30,000 books in here right now, but I have read quite a few books in my time.
Okay, so reading all those books, could you give me one common theme that you think you've seen through a lot of them? Not all of them, but one.
The books have to have a good beginning. Most of the writers that I like Robert Ludlum or Jean M. Auel or Griffin, who's right behind you, they start out, they catch you. They catch your attention from the very beginning, and they keep your attention, and you become part of the story. You involve yourself in the story, and that's probably about the only common theme. I like to read from several different genres, and they're all different. They're all very, very different in between books.
Now, what is it about books that interest you so much? Because there's a bunch of other mediums for learning these days.
There's a lot of other media for learning, but books just have always been our friends. Books have always been something that has been good for us, that we enjoyed doing. We like having a real book or a Dead Tree book rather than an electronic book. I have nothing against electronic books, but I'd rather have a book in my hand that I can flip pages and read and go back and reread and go forward and find out how this ends.
Man, I'm shocked, because you seem to genuinely love books. I mean, in the same way that I would love something like, our friend the Herb or something. You love books, brother. Where does that passion come from?
From the time I was very, very young, and my mom would put all 6 of us in the car and take us to the local public library and say, go and get some books. And we'd go and we'd find our own books. We'd take them, we'd check them out. And just from the time we were very, very young, we learned to love books, and it's stayed with me through my life.
Now, I hate to sound repetitive, but on the question of why you enjoy books, what was it specifically about books, even from that young age, that pulled you in?
Like I said, books are our friends. You become involved in them. You become a character. Sometimes you hate for the series or the book to end because you become so involved in it. And a lot of other things you just don't get that in personal involvement in.
Yeah, that's true. Well, have you had any challenges as a small business owner running this joint?
Oh, a lot of challenges. There's been a learning curve all the way along. I have a background in retail. Like I said, I worked at Walmart for many, many, many years, and so I knew how to do the turnover, how to create profit from an item, but even from the very beginning, I was building the store from scratch. There was nothing in here. All that was here was building and walls, and there were shelves to build, and then books to order, and then my goodness, it was a challenge figuring out how to categorize the books. Because some books defy categorization. We would look at, my wife and I would look at a book and look at it and try and figure out, does this belong in fiction or nonfiction? If nonfiction, in this section over here or that section over there, or where does it belong? And sometimes the lines are very, very blurry.
How cool is that? I mean, it wasn't an algorithm separating these things. This didn't come from corporate. You and your wife decided where you were going to categorize these things.
Yes, that's one of the most fascinating things about what we've done. And along with the idea that we get to decide things like which ones are classics, which ones are the ones that we're going to try and make them stand out a little bit. It becomes an exciting adventure.
What would you tell other people who want to pursue their passion by the way of opening a small business?
It's challenging. It's fun. There's a million roadblocks along the way, but there's a million rewards too. We've been blessed that the people in the neighborhood, the people on the south side, want us to succeed. They want us to do well in the neighborhood, and they people come in every day. I've been wanting to come in for a whole long time, and I'm just now getting in here, and they get all excited about coming into my store, and that's just fantastic. That's just wonderful to hear.
That's fantastic to hear. I ain't even an owner. I got no financial interest in this place, but damn, that's great to hear that people in the community are responding to Dead Tree Books. The mission that you brought to life out here in the South Side is really coming together. Brother, how can folks get a hold of you guys and find out more?
We have a website, www.deadtreebooks.net. We're also on Facebook at facebook.com/deadtreebooks, and we have a Twitter handle, and I'm sorry I don't remember what it is offhand. I think it's SA Dead Tree Books.
Okay, fantastic. And we will put all that stuff in the description box below, so don't worry if some of it got slipped up, brother. You guys, I really appreciate what you're doing out here in the neighborhood, brother. I grew up down the street. My house is now that way. My tia lives that way. Your bookstore is right in the middle of all of it, and I couldn't be any prouder to have a business like this in my own backyard. You guys come give Dead Tree Books a visit sometime. We love these guys. Take it easy. We'll see you next time.